Welcome to day 2 of the Definiti Retirement Academy. So we are in the advisor track. My name is Erica Masenko, and I am the Director of Strategic Accounts. And I want to let you know that we do have, yes, the advisor track going on right now, but maybe not everyone knows that we also have the plan sponsor track happening at this exact same time, simultaneously. We are also taking care of our plan sponsors and educating them on really hot topics right now, things that they need to know. And like this session, they're being recorded. So I will welcome you to review anything that you missed, any of the content that you might think is valuable, share it amongst your friends, tell everybody about it. They should be ready in about a week. Some of the best practices as we go through the day today is that you are able to ask questions. We ask that you put them in the chat. Justin with Definiti here is going to be monitoring those questions and handing those off to the presenters today. And what I also want to do is say a big thank you to our sponsors who really could not have made this possible. And we just think it's an incredible value, not only to the plan sponsors, but to our advisor partners. And we want to bring you the best of the best for when it comes to content and quality. So thank you very much to our sponsors. So today on the agenda, we have Empower, Getting Ahead with the K-Quote. I'm actually the second session where I'll be introducing the Definiti Distinguished Partner Program. And then last, to round out the day, we have Lincoln with the Defined Contribution Best Practices During a Volatile Markets. So I will pass it over to Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Kevin Spaeth. I'm the National Account Director here at Empower Retirement. I've been with the company for a little less than 10 years, and last month was actually my 25th year in the industry. At Empower, we've just done something that has never been done in the industry before. 2 years ago, you might know that we bought the Mass Mutual retirement business. Well, we migrated that over in 8 separate waves. Wave 8 was last month, was completed last month. So we successfully moved 2.5 million participants, 23,000, a little over 23,000 plans at $168 billion from the 3 Heritage Mass Mutual platforms onto the Empower platform. That's going to give us the scale to compete in this marketplace. And now that makes us the largest record keeper in the TPA market space. And we're the second largest record keeper in the industry, with helping over 17 million participants prepare to replace for life the income they made while working. Now, with that, I'd like to turn it over to my coworker, Sean Berry. Sean and I have worked together for many years, and he's going to go over with you our K-Quote system. Sean, take it from here.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for letting me be here. Like you said, my name is Sean Berry. I'm one of our regional sales managers here at Empower. I'm in the LA market, Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, and then also Hawaii. So with that, I'm going to share my screen, and we should be looking at, we're going to go over our tool called K-Quote, and this is going to help you guys when you're prospecting both new 401k plans you might not have a relationship with, but also ones that you do have a relationship with. And what this tool does is it scans fee disclosures, makes it into, kind of turns basis points into dollars, allows us to plug it into our system, and then we can turn basis points into dollars for these plan sponsors, let them know how much money that we could be saving them if they move record keepers, if they move advisors, us updating the lineups, things like that. The tool that we're starting on right now, though, is going to be called Larkspur Executive, and I'll show how I use the two together. And really, we want to help you guys in your prospecting efforts. And this Larkspur Executive tool, we can give you guys access to it. So email your local or call your local Empower rep, and they'll be able to get you guys dialed in and give you guys access to exactly this. But I'm starting here to show you how I use K-Quote with Larkspur Executive to find plans in my area with my advisors and go after the ones that we have some audit information on, because K-Quote, we need the fee disclosures, or if we have their current lineup and what they're currently charging, we can now go look at these plans that have, maybe quote unquote high fees. You can go to this new plan sponsor and say, what's your current advisor doing? We can save you money, and you got some major red flags, and we can show our work using K-Quote. So that's what I'll go over today. So this is Larkspur Executive. I'll show you just a very fast version of how we're, again, helping people prospect with this tool. So we'll start by just clicking this Advanced tab if you want to find plans in your area to look at. This is what I did the other day with one of my advisors. This is in LA, so I'll even put it down to 20 miles. So we're looking around here. We can scroll down and there's 22,000 plans. But what if you just want companies that we have an email address for key executives? Now we can email these folks and maybe be a little more efficient with our time. Now we're at 5,700 plans. We can continue to scroll down and say, maybe I just want defined contribution plans. We can also sort by plans that have major red flags here. So now we have, again, a lot of arrows in your quiver when you're going after some of these plan sponsors. Again, the goal being to get these plan sponsors to go, what am I paying my current advisor for? So we can sort by these red flags if we want. We can scroll down, and where I like to go is the plan's been audited or has another attachment. And then give me plans with investments available. That's the information I need to get you an actual dollar figure, a ballpark dollar figure, but a dollar figure on how much money we can save these plan sponsors. So with that, you see now we're down to 1,000 plans. And let's say we even want to go into plans that have no QDIA, which is absurd in 2022. There's still going to be a few hundred. Ooh, 32. That's actually lower than I thought. But so we got 32, so we can start there. We have lots of things that we can talk to these plan sponsors about with these major red flags. So as we sort by this, now we're only going to get plans that we have a lot of publicly available data with. And I'll just click search. And we can do a deeper dive in this again at another time with your Empower representative. But with that, now when I use this Large per Executive tool, once we load here, I can click into each one of these individual plans. Let's say this 403B thrift plan, click on providers down here. Now we can take a look at who they're with today on the record keeping side, how much they're paying. Looks like they're paying 3 bits to Mutual America. They're paying 1 bit to Equitable. And we can go down the line and I can plug this information into K-Quote along with, if we create a PDF report, we'll see their, you click create PDF right here. You'll get a readout of all of their red flags, and you'll also get their fund information all in this system right here. It's all publicly available because these plans have been audited. When we scroll down here, you'll see all these different key executives, and with a few of them, it has to load right here, but you'll have their email addresses right here. They're just verifying them. So now we can know I'm going to email the COO and the executive director, let them know we can save them money, and let them know that they have some major red flags down here that they need to deal with. So all that's to say, if you have a prospect that you are working with today, you have a good relationship with them, we can still use K-Quote. But if you have one that you don't know very well and you're just looking for plans in your area, we can absolutely use this K-Quote tool, and plan sponsors have been absolutely loving it. I'm having a ton of success with this tool. So this is Large per Executive. Again, we can give you guys a login to this to shoot us an email after this. But now we'll go into K-Quote. And what K-Quote does, if we go to the dashboard here, is it puts together a nice, easy cost comparison for the plan sponsor. This is great for, again, plans that their advisor's kind of asleep at the wheel a little bit, and you want to go into them and go, hey, here's how we can help. Here's the side-by-side. Let me work with you further. Let's talk. It'll get your foot in the door, talking about those 3 F's, the fees, the funds, and the fiduciary status as well. So with K-Quote, what we can do is if we click this fee disclosure roadmap, we'll click it here. We can give you guys and give the plan sponsors the exact keystrokes needed to get these fee disclosures that we're looking for. And that's the 408B2, the 404A5, and also the plan summary. These will have the information that we need to get deeper with these plan sponsors and get a lot of information about their plan. Let's say today their plan's with Voya. We can click here. I can send this either to new advisors, or I can send it to plan sponsors and go, this is exactly how we get these fee disclosures on the Voya website. You guys just have to click here. We even have a little video that we can send, and it'll show them exactly how to get these fee disclosures. Now, once we get the fee disclosures, I plug into our system, I'll price out the plan, and what it's going to end up spitting out at us is something like this, very easy. This is a very real plan that I did just this morning. And this is what I mean when we say we can save these plan sponsors significant dollars. So we'll show them their current vendor right here. We can say whether it's bundled or unbundled, their record keeping cost, their advisor comp, anything else in the PEA, anything we're paying a TPA, total asset charge. We'll give them a weighted expense ratio. I'll show them how we show our work with this. We give them the estimated net plan fees. This is a very large plan, so it's going to be quite expensive. We'll show them any revenue that's collected, and that's where we will need to know with those fee disclosures, is the plan sponsor or the provider keeping it, or are they giving it back to the participants? So that's a box we can check, and then that would be in red to know it's going back to the participants. But for now, we're going to assume that principal's keeping it for today. And then we'll show us. We'll show what's our mapping strategy, what's our record keeping cost going to be. The advisor comp will keep the same today. We can clean up this lineup. We'll show them our plan fees, and then this is the money number right here. We can save you guys $87,000 today if you make a change. And then what we can do is show our work. Let me get rid of this. And we show exactly the assets that are in this audit report. I got this one off of publicly available data as well. We can show them the assets in the audit report, exactly where we're mapping this to, right? And this is just a general mapping right now. We can dial it in with each individual advisor as we get down here, but we'll show them where we're mapping these funds. And then down here, you'll see this summary box, and we'll show them a weighted 5-year return. So we can show, hey, we can improve your lineup here. We'll show all of our work right here, where we're getting these numbers. And then again, the estimated planned savings number down here. And we can do multiple different comparisons as well. So when we're back on this, I've had advisors even go, hey, can you do this for me? Can you also show maybe Fidelity's quote, maybe Voya's quote, something like that, all in one spot? And maybe us with our different mapping strategies over here, we can do up to about 5 on this K-quote tool. Give it to you guys on the advisor side. You guys give it to your plan sponsors, and it just makes it very easy for them to say, we're going to save you $87,000 instead of we're going to save you 6 basis points on record keeping, improve the lineup, and do this. Let's give a solid number right here, and that's what plan sponsors love. So we've had a ton of success with this tool, and I use it all the time, both with publicly available data or an advisor's current prospect within their book of business when we're just comparing record keepers. So that's what I have on the Empower side. Do we have any questions on either the Larkspur Executive Tool with prospecting or on the K-quote side here with the cost comparison?
So far, we do have one question. Is there any way for us to find out about non-audited plans in this level of detail?
Typically, no, not if they are not your current client where you have that information. The reason we go after the audited plans is because they have this level of detail. When you file a 5500, you don't have to include the lineup. You don't have to include your record keeper costs and things like that. Unless you've been audited, then you'll get the audit attachment, and that's what our Larkspur Executive Tool goes after. So typically, plans that have over 100 employees, they're going to have to be audited. So those are the ones that we go after, and you'd think that would be a lot of these larger plans, but we can also even sort by plans that are a little smaller, if that's maybe what you're worried about, that we do have this great publicly available data on. So we can put an asset cap on the plans that we're searching for and still get a lot of results when we take a look at this. I'll just have to uncheck most likely the red flag box, but we'll see where we can get these other red flags. So if you did want to go after maybe smaller plans that have been audited, I would create the same thing. Give me plans that we have email available, DC plans, we have email, they have an audit or their attachment, they have investments. Even sometimes I'll even do, if we just want the investments, where are we going? Then even I'll come down and just uncheck the audit box. But we can go on assets and say, what if I want to cap it at 5 million and let's just see what's around here. We can always edit our search even further. We got 49 plans that are maybe a little bit smaller, might be in your wheelhouse, and now we still have a lot of this publicly available data for the smaller plans.
Great, thank you for that. Another question we have come in, are we able to put specific funds into the lineup for the side-by-side fund comparison, or does K-quote only give the lowest expense ratio funds?
Yeah, we can absolutely put in any lineup that you guys want. We do, this K-quote tool is created by actually a good friend of mine, Steve Wilkinson. He has an investment fiduciary, it's called Investment Fiduciary 338. So the lineup I chose on this one was just one of his preset lineups for his 338 company, but we can plug in any lineup that you guys want. It doesn't matter. And that's often where we can have some fun with it. And hey, we know what the current lineup is. We know what they're currently charging. And I will say it's kind of like getting the questions of the test before taking the test. We can go beat that. So we can plug and play any funds that you guys want and put that side by side comparison there.
All right, and one more question that just came in here. Can plans that were involved in acquisitions be targeted?
That is a good question. Kevin may have some more information on that. Really, all this Larkspur Executive Tool does is comb through publicly available data. So that would just be, and this is what I don't know, I'd rely on Kevin on, is any of that on 5500s or no? Because this just goes through 5500s and makes it a little bit more easy to read.
So are you asking about plans that are targeted through record keeping consolidation, or consolidation like the example Tom and I had earlier, where one of their plans was acquired by one of our existing plans?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Kevin. So it would typically on the Form 5500 show transfers into plan. It's one of the very last items on it, but you can see a block transfer in as opposed to like rollovers or new plan contributions. Because those are, active plans with a lot going on. So that'd be something I would love to target.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know the answer to that question. I'd have to look further in this and we can follow up. I'll follow up with Kevin and see if I find anything. Or we can just look right now, but this is what we have to sort by. But that's a really good question. That'd be and I can give some feedback to the Larkspur team if we don't have this.
Great. Thank you for that, Sean. The floor is back to you. That was our final question.
Awesome. Kevin, anything you want to close with?
So Sean, this is what we do if we compare Larkspur Executive with K-Quote, but for plans that you're not already the advisor on. But let's say you're already prospecting the plan and you're in conversation with the CFO or the business owner. They can still give you this information for a smaller plan, right?
Absolutely. And that's where we would go to the roadmap that we were looking at earlier right here of, hey, if they're with one of these major record keepers, we can tell you how to get their fee disclosures, and then I can plug it into K-Quote, and then we can create that cost comparison.
Great. Thank you very much. Cool. And I think that is what we have. I'd again like to thank you for joining us today, and I'd like to thank Definiti for their partnership and for inviting us here today, and for this great pullover that I have. Our partnership is very strong and very deep. We've got hundreds of plans together with billions of dollars with Definiti. You're one of our largest and best partners, and I'd like to thank you for that. I'd also like to thank all the advisors and participants for joining us today. And if nobody has any other questions, let's give you 10 minutes back of your day.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Sean. And thank you, Empower, for being with us today.